Hey, everybody. Are you betting on your IRA and your 401k for retirement? The key to 401ks, people wrongly believe, is that they have enough money to retire on if they just do what everybody tells them about putting money in. The problem with that is that you're limited into what they will let you invest in. And usually what they invest in have two problems. One is like the stock market. You're making a ton of money, or oh my God, we just lost 20% of our savings, and you can't do anything about it once it happens. So I advise my clients, many of them still invest in the stock market, but I advise them not to. I've never owned a stock and I've never regretted it. Now, here's some facts about 401ks. By the time the typical person reaches their 58th birthday, they still don't have $100,000 in their 401k. Let that set in. They're 58. They've probably had it for anywhere from 15 to 30 years. And they don't have $100,000. I can't tell you what a bad position they're in for retirement. All right? If he owns a home and it's debt-free, he'll be working till he can't anymore. I can't put it any plainer than that. And that's not what you're aiming for, okay? Now, I'm 72. I will be working until you're at my funeral. And you'll know I'm not working anymore when the phone rings in my casket and nobody answers it, okay? But I'm working to the dead end. You're not wanting to do that. And at the very most, you're wanting to work in retirement by choice. If you stick with your IRA and your 401k as your sole investments, that choice will condemn you to failure, and you will work until you can't work anymore. Now, another fact is, if you're 58 and you only have 100,000, you've got about 10 years to fix it one way or the other. And if you continue doing it with 401ks and IRAs, you're, like I just said, you're going to lose. And I don't know how else to put it. Now, sadly, the virus inside your retirement plan is your 401k and IRA. And people don't figure that out until it's way too late. Have I said it enough ways now? Do you get it? You're going to lose. Now, a while back there was a look back at 20 years of 401k. They were not even at 4%. Again, you're going to lose. 4% does not make it. Even if the average person could end up with $1 million in their 401k, and they won't, and somehow they could find a safe 7% return, which of course they won't, they would end up worth about $70,000 a year, minus taxes, state and federal for most states, and all that time they saved $90,000. What kind of a trade is that? Okay? Now, in just 6 years, you'd have paid the same amount you'd have saved over 30 years. It took you to get there. Let that sink in. It's not a winning idea at all. Now, what would you do that to yourself on purpose like that? Why could you possibly think that would work? But now you know, okay? So here's the deal. Even if you're one of the ones that ended up with $1 million, your 4% is only going to use 40,000, wait for it, before taxes. That's worse than having $1 million and getting 7% safe, which you're not going to get unless you know somebody like me. All right? Now, I've beaten up 401ks and IRAs to a bloody pulp. I want you to understand that I don't believe real estate is the be-all, end-all in retirement planning. That might shock you. I've been licensed, come this October, 55 years. I've learned real estate is a key, but there are other things. EIUL, notes secured by real estate. Oh, and how about Roth IRAs and Roth solo 401ks that you can invest in those tax-free instruments and get tax-free income? Bottom line, do not rely on your 401k at work and get your IRA and think that you're doing well. You're not. You've got to understand you need to turn the page, throw away the book, and get the new one. Catch you later.